Do you know what, guys? I love this place by the minute. I really do. As you now know, we succumbed to going for a paddle down to the Mediterranean. We couldn't resist it. We're still down here now. It's bloody gorgeous. I've just been skinny dipping, because you can here. And I took the opportunity while I was here to do a bit of beach combing for my crafts work. Now it's a long story this. It's not a long story, I'll cut it short. But when my nana and granddad was alive, they were avid budgie keepers. They always had a budgie. When one passed away, they got another one. So all my childhood I knew them to have budgies, and I always wondered what cuttlefish was, because he always had this cuttlefish in the side of the cage to sharpen its beak on, and it provided, I think it provided them a form of calcium or something for the diet, so they could chew on it as well. And I always said, what's a cuttlefish? And they said, that's what it is, it's a cuttlefish. And I always thought they was winding them up. You'll never guess what. I've just been beach combing, and guess what I've come across? A real cuttlefish. Look at that. Look at that. And underneath it's solidified, exactly like the cuttlefish that Grandma used to put in her cage, in a bird cage. But you can quite clearly see that it is the real deal. Look. And that was on the beach. That's why I love this place. Might not seem anything to others, but to me, that is amazing. It really is. I've never seen one. Later on in years I realised that they weren't winding me up, and that, you know, cuttlefish was a real thing, but to actually find one on the beach, now I presume the pointy end is the tail, but I don't know. I haven't had a look yet. But there's clearly some form of spike there, which I would imagine to be the rear. In real life, when they're alive, they look like a miniature squid, and they just swim along. Yeah, that's got to be the head end, and that's got to be the tail end, I would imagine. But would you believe it? I thought I'd just share that with you while Sarah's enjoying her paddle. Can't get her out it. I can't get her in there skinny dipping though, she won't have it. But I tell you what, that's refreshing. It was a bit cold on the undercarriage, but once I was in, away we went. It was lovely. Easy guys, catch you in a bit. There you go, it's on record.
Hello, tis me. And him.
He's hearing him.
This is good. We're making good conversation here.
Go on then, tell the folks what you've been up to today.
Oh, I can't remember. Right, so been out looking for graphite paper, which is similar to the carbon ink paper, but I didn't really particularly want that one. I wanted one that was like a pencil. I think it's pencil, isn't it?
It's called graphite carbon copy paper.
Yeah.
Carbon copy papers, ink, what you use for typewriting and stuff, is made of ink. Well, graphite is made of graphite, like pencil.
Yeah, so...
Find it easier to use than ink because it doesn't smudge so much, does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And we've been looking at some pictures as well, haven't we?
And it's for Sarah's our pyrography work.
Yeah.
We find it helps a lot, so yeah, been out looking for that, haven't you?
Yeah. We have.
And was it easy?
No.
What one's easy?
Well, most of the like stationery shops didn't stock it. They only really stock the ink one.
Carbon paper,
Yeah.
No, the biggest issue is language barrier again,
Oh yeah, there is that as well.
because it didn't take much to explain to them that we wanted carbon copy paper, and of course they went for the ink one, which was quite easy. But as soon as we explained, or tried to explain, that it wasn't the ink one, it was the pencil one that we wanted, the graphite one, that's where it became virtually impossible, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think there was only one shop really that understood what we want, and she wanted €3 to order it in from Amazon. Well, we can do that,
Yeah.
can't we? So why pay somebody €3 for the privilege, you know?
Yeah, and it was still going to be quite dear as well.
Very expensive,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And then we just went into is it a bazaar shop? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went into a bazaar shop and asked them. And the closest we got, I don't even know what it is.
Well, we can't work out whether it's different or not because we haven't really tested it out, but it's called handwriting carbon paper. Now, it looks very similar to carbon copy paper, but we're wondering whether it doesn't smudge as much, because obviously that's the main problem. When you're handwriting, the heat of your hand smudges it with ink.
Yeah.
So, and that was the beauty of graphite carbon copy paper, because it didn't do it as much, and if it did, you could just use an eraser and rub it out.
Yeah.
So, well, we're yet to have a go with this handwriting carbon paper,
Yeah,
but it looks like it might do the trick.
But if not,
So-
we'll just...
But it's cheap enough. It was a couple of euros for quite a few pages.
Yeah, it was €2. €2, wasn't it?
How many sheets
I
was
don't
there?
know.
20 sheets,
20
I think.
sheets or
I think there was
something,
20 sheets of this carbon paper for €2. So, you know, if it doesn't work, we'll find a use for it. But
what
yeah,
else? We've got a bit of
that's
masking
another
tape
one
as
of
well.
the challenges that we've had to
Yeah.
face out here. It's all right saying, oh, well, we'll do this, we'll do that, do the other. That's not the challenge. The challenge is how the hell do we get the raw materials? You know, ordering stuff we've ordered from Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon, yeah.
We've ordered some items from Amazon, some key rings and wood slices.
yeah,
They're
wood
called wood
slices.
slices that can be pyrographed. So yeah, there was the pissing about, making sure that payment went through, because obviously when you're making payment from a different country from where it was set up, they think it's being hacked.
Yeah.
They think that, you know, it's a spoof purchase. So like I say, that yeah, again, another challenge. So it's not straightforward, is it?
No, not really.
And then you've got the problem of looking at eBay. To read eBay, it has to be in the English language, at which point you then realise that they think you're in England, so they won't ship to Spain.
Yeah, so it's
So there's
really
that
hard.
confusion of, you know,
It's
if we
the
could
same.
if we could translate, if we could read Spanish and order in Spanish, that'd be a lot easier. But
Yeah.
you know, so
It was
so-
actually the same with Amazon as well, because I don't think it knew which one I wanted it from and that, so it was a lot of messing about
so
changing
like I say,
addresses.
it's challenges that we're having to face and think, fucking hell, you know, we didn't realise that would be such an issue, but it is. But like I say, we've managed to order some stuff. It doesn't take that long, does it? 5 days, was it?
I think it said estimated 4th of October.
Well, it's about a week or two then, isn't it? We'll see. Hopefully it won't be long.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we can still be doing the backflow waterfall incense holders, We can still be doing them and, getting them prepared, can't we? That's why I went down the beach today. Oh, that's why I went down the beach today. Have a look, see if there was out interesting. That cuttlefish was awesome. I love it. Apparently I got it the wrong way round as well. For you folks that was watching the video earlier on, the pricky bit apparently is its beak, not the tail, it's its beak. And Kaz was saying there's a little bit missing from underneath because it's dead, it's gone obviously, disintegrated, but there's another piece that goes underneath that creates the jaw. And he said if you get bitten by these things, they do fucking hurt. They have a strong bite on them. But I say I will try and snapshot a picture or something to add to this video after we've stopped videoing, after we've stopped recording, to show you what a cuttlefish looks in real life. While it's alive, it looks slightly different, but you can clearly tell that that's what it is. So yeah, I'm pretty made up about that, to be fair. So yeah, what we're going to do this evening, we spent an hour down the seafront there. It was damn hot.
Yeah.
It was lovely to get down there. It's nice, it's enjoyable. And at the moment we can pick and choose on how long we spend there. We're not stupid, we're trying not to burn, because obviously down there the UV factor today, what did I say it was? 5. They say it's 5. Now, I was looking into this. Apparently, the UK never goes over 7. The UV factor is 7. The maximum is 10. And we've got forecast for tomorrow 7 with a possible 8. So it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. So we are sensible. We only spent an hour down there. Had a bit of a dip. You had a bit of a sunbathe, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And it's lovely down there. It's nice and peaceful. The only people you do get down there are just there for the same reason as us, just to chill out. And they're really friendly. They always say hi, even though they don't know us. But I think they're getting to see us down there quite regular now, aren't they? So, you've got another interview, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
got another interview.
I got an email from one that we. I gave both me and Kev gave a CV via email in the actual, not shop, is it?
It's a bar.
It's a bar, yeah. Yeah, in the bar. And one of the lasses that work there offered to print it off for us and send it to management or whatever.
Yeah, because they own about 5 or 6 different companies, 5 or 6 different bars.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They?
So, I mean, I even emailed the actual main company as well. But didn't hear anything. So it's been about 4 weeks, hasn't it? Would you say? Yeah.
What, since we put those in?
Since we put them in, yeah.
No, 3, because we didn't go there straight away. That was one of the later ones.
And they do English food, so even if it's to do any cooking, at least it's English food, and I know what the hell I'm looking at.
Yeah, and it wasn't so rowdy.
No.
To be fair, when we went in, it wasn't rowdy. It was busy, don't get me wrong, but it's up the main street rather than on the marina front.
Yeah, like seafront. Yeah.
So, like I say, even though we're not work shy or anything like that, it'll be a little bit calmer. Maybe. Hopefully, not so hustle and bustle, because Sarah did struggle with that, and I would as well. I mean, if you're not getting training, how are you supposed to know what to do? You know, and you can't be trained. You can't be trained with that real loud music going on, and you know, people being really rowdy and singing and dancing, and well, it was worse than a nightclub, to be fair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So you can't train doing that. Yeah. So, like I say, onwards and upwards, fingers crossed and all that.
Yeah, that's on Thursday.
That's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. So, looking forward to that. Still not heard anything from Morrison, so we're you know, probably going to ring them and see what they've got to say. But I dare say, I mean, the application date was the 30th of September closing, so they're just maybe waiting for more applicants to, because when they're doing induction, they're not just going to do it for 1 or 2 people, so they may be waiting for more applicants. I don't know. Take it as it comes. So yeah, I think that's about it for today, isn't it? We're approaching tea time soon, so.
Well, we've been trying to actually figure out when we go to the Mercadona, and we've been trying to. There's actually 2 entrances, and every time we go in one and we come out the other, we seem to always take the wrong street.
We end up heading in the wrong direction going home, don't we?
Yeah. So today we actually worked out where we were going wrong. Didn't we?
Yeah. After all these times of popping in there, it's like we do it every time we go down the wrong street, don't we?
Just like lose sense of direction when you come out the other door.
Yeah. I tell you what part of the problem is, that the main entrance, there's tills at the main entrance, but the trouble is you go, and do you know what, I don't think I've really fully understood navigating that bloody place yet.
No,
because
it is a bit messed up.
it's weird. It's like 2 or 3 shops all built in together, but you've got little corridors into other areas, and it's strange.
It's
but
like a
then
zigzag,
when you get
isn't it?
through, it is like a zigzag, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you get through to the other side and you think, right, we've got enough, you know, I don't think we need anything else. And you see the tills, and you go to the tills, only to then realise you're not at the one that you came in, you're at the other end of the fucking shop. So you pay for it there because it's fairly quiet, because it's not the main entrance. I think there's maybe only 3 tills there but 4 at the main or something like that.
I don't know, it was confusing though.
So you pay for your stuff there, walk out the door, and that's it, you're fucked. Your head just explodes because it's like, that's not where I come in. Where am I? I recognise that. So you head towards that, only then to realise that you're heading in the opposite direction to home. And it's
we've done it quite a few times.
Yeah. So we end up walking away to come back again. Yeah. Yeah, that's handy actually. That's a new feature for anybody who's got an iPhone. The iOS 13 has just been released, so I downloaded it yesterday and installed it. There's some good features on it. Pictures and videos we can now rotate, so there's no more of this, I'm on my side and you'll have to put up with it, guys, you know. What else was there? Oh, Google Maps now. You can download quite a large area of Google Maps and you don't need internet access for it. I got a small mobile data package just so that we could, you know, keep Google Maps so that when we're out we're not going to get lost, because we did a lot of like exploring around La Linea and you'd soon get fucking lost around there. There's so many little small roads and some of them look all the same, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So we thought that was necessary, only to find out now we don't need data because you can use Google Maps offline now, which is good. So anybody that's got that, that was the update. That was part of the update. There's some other quirky features to it, but you know, Apple always put some little. Oh, I know what the other thing was. And I used to have this with an Android phone, where the keyboard you could actually swipe and type, so your finger didn't have to leave the keyboard. The keyboard could tell the words that you're trying to type. And for me, it's a lot faster. They've integrated that into iOS 13 now. So that's a really good feature as well. So yeah. The phones are serving us well, aren't they, to be fair?
Yeah.
The iPads are good. We use them more at night because they're not as mobile. So we leave them back at the apartment. If we're out, we take our iPhones with us. But like last night, we watched that documentary on the closure of the border here 50 years ago. It's fucking good. It was an emotional, as well as educational documentary for people of us that, you know, like us, that don't know the full story of it. It was educational. And to be fair, I think this is where history is important, because people do have to remember the struggle, but not only the struggle, the companionship and the pulling together of a nation, so to speak, yeah? Now, if people remembered that and realised how it does work, they would worry less about things like Brexit and whatnot, because that, to be fair, that is the way we're going to get through Brexit. I don't care whether we stay, we leave, we fucking do whatever. At the end of the day, it's about time people started pulling together and helping people out. Friends, family and all sorts, isn't it? That is the way forward, and the Gibraltarians proved it 50 years ago. You know, and as heartbreaking as some of it was, where families were split up, you know, across the borders, they survived, and they created Gibraltar to what it is today. And I've got to be honest, it's still that community. Everybody knows everybody, and it doesn't take long to walk up the street and remember faces and say hi, does it? You know, there's a few people that was, oh, hi, you okay, you know. You get used to seeing the same faces, which is brilliant. So anyway, we'll probably leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
We're going to potter about later on, maybe have a play with this carbon paper and see how effective it is. I'm still coming up with ideas for craft stuff, because I'm buzzing about this. It's a good opportunity to sell some stuff, and the bazaars that we went in, the shops that we went in today, have given us further ideas for stuff, haven't they? They do a lot of craft materials, you know, and we've got a big, it's like a DIY store. For those in Scunthorpe, for those that know what the range is, it's very similar to that. There's a lot of crafty stuff, you know, and DIY items. We've got a store just the same, a couple of street, well, about half a mile away, but it's not too far to go to, and it's reasonably priced, to be fair. So we'll be frequenting that to have a look, see what we can pick up. So right, we'll bag her off and we'll go get some grub soon and have a tootle with our stuff.
Yeah.
Could have a go on your twanger tonight, Duck. You haven't played your twanger for a bit, have you?
I know.
There may be a little bit of video footage of Sarah playing with her twanger.
There might not be.
Catch you later, folks. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Hi folks, me again. It's getting towards the end of the day now. Looks like I'm ready for a shave, scruffy bugger. Yeah, we promised you that Sarah would do some twanging for you, but I've just noticed that we've had a fire over the back this afternoon, and we noticed it was that bad that they had helicopters with the big water buckets underneath, whatever they call them, flying overhead and dropping water. Seemed to have gone out, but we've just smelt smoke, and it looks like it's coming back. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it over there. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, we've got like fire debris falling out the sky here, and if I remember right, we've walked up that way, and if I remember right, it's dry scrubland at the back of those houses, because there's a big amateur radio antenna on the top of there, and I remember walking to Lidl's and it was dry scrubland, and I'm sure I can hear crackling flames, so we better keep an eye on that to make sure it doesn't get any worse. Anyway, Sarah's twanging away, so I'm going to give you a few minutes of twangingness. Let me just put a stool up there. I've just had to get rid of a bad attack of the hiccups after I had my tea. Maybe ate it a bit fast, I don't know. But we had pork and cheese on like toasties, baguette toasties. Put it in the oven, it's really nice. And I gave it the holistic method, and I was struggling. I thought it wasn't going to work this time. A finger on the top left there, and you put pressure, you apply pressure. Look, it's slightly red. but I've managed to get rid of them. I didn't think I was going to do, but it does work every time for me. You just have to be patient. And it was really bad attack. It was at like every 5 or 6 seconds I was hiccuping, so it's worth a go, guys, if ever you suffer from that. Anyway, over to Sarah and the twanginess. Enjoy.
Try again. I think I just twanged me too. That's it for now.